is my... Yeah, see that shit right there. You're a dumb bitch.
You know?
Well, we begin tonight.
I mean, everyone's doing a thing. I just, you know. It's all good. Gotta do my own thing.
10 years ago, we started on Tuck It Out.
Interesting. Let me see what Chris Hayes has to say in a second. Dude, I was about to... Oh, yeah, and I got a Discord call. I need to just cancel that. Maybe... Waiting for this thing to load. What? Is there a Discord update? What's going on here? It says there's an update that is running. The fuck is this? Oh. Found it. Motherfuckers. Hey, why isn't... Why is Adobe running? Really freaking weird. Let's see if we can run. Looks like sure. Okay, OBS using up the most memory. That makes sense. Like 300 megabytes on OBS. Discord is... Why is Discord using up so much memory? What in the hell? Is it always like that? Why is Discord using up more memory than OBS? If I collapse it, how much better? Oh, Chrome is using up, I guess, a lot of memory. Yeah. Yeah, Norton's running. The fuck is this? Like you can spoof it. It don't work like that. Feel a little better. Just a little bit better, but it's 3 o'clock. Oh, I need to cancel the stupid appointment. God damn it. Can I get up at 11 a.m. to get ready for this? This second to wake up 11 a.m. I have to go to sleep now. Yeah. No. Do I want to go to this job interview? No, not really. What? Doesn't make any sense. That was for the job. Oh, what? Cancel the event. Cancel what? I'm not going to that stupid interview. It's like an hour drive away. It could be an hour. It's like 55 minutes or an hour drive away to make this. I'm applying for a different job, and I'm like, not, just not that excited about that other job. Like, blah. Okay. Oh, I should go to sleep now. Yeah.
Dogs. Snubbles, leave your sister alone. Thank you.
Huh?
Why is my camera all
Huh?
stuff? Oh yeah, so I changed it. Snubbles, leave her alone. Aw, Snubbles is so cute when she
Okay
leaves her
then.
alone though. I think
Your
it's
boy
really
Sunny
cute if they get
D.
along. I was telling Tiff, I was like, I don't think Trent's gonna miss you. I think that, why does this look like this? I don't know. I was like, I think because of the dog, she's actually gonna be happy because she likes playing with the dogs. Men love men. Men do love men. Men be loving men. Okay, got it. Time for some actual gaming, some non-feed content. Okay. Yo, thanks for the raid. Welcome in. Do you want to see the cat?
Nice.
The cat is really cute. We were just about to start gaming, but I had to pee. You're gonna end? It's only like 3 a.m. Guys, this is Snubbles.
I can't move the shoulder.
That I live with.
Damn.
This is Snubbles. This is, I say she looks like Nandre. Did I say only? Oh, I didn't mean to mean only. Oh, like, did you just end? I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much for the raid. Yeah. Cat. I really appreciate the raid. Thank you so much. Commissioner Fernandre, thank you for letting me play with you. Maybe next time I can actually figure out how to play the game. NG Plus. Yeah, we're gonna play some, would I ever kiss a cat? I love kissing cats. So this is the dog. And then, hey, leave the cat alone. Hey. Oh my god, leave her alone. And this is a cat. She's so mad. she's really cute. Wait, oh my god, Snubbles. Okay, they play. Like, I swear, they're just gonna play.
Oh,
Snubbles,
she's amazing.
leave her alone. Like, she can leave. Okay, she likes playing with her. She's like, please give me that cat. They're really cute.
Now it's amazing. That's awesome.
She's like, please give me the cat. And then I have Coco. Here, let me see his ads. And then, yeah, we're probably gonna stay up. I wanted to go hiking tomorrow, but to be honest, I'm not doing much. But yeah, guys, please go check out Nandre. I don't know if I have any mods on right now. You are a mod. One of my really good friends, he's moving closer to me, which is exciting because I don't drive. And I'm kind of a freeloader, so we can actually hang out. So maybe he'll finally take me on a hiking adventure. Can I hike with you? No. Shout out to Emma. Did she give you a photo of her feet? That would be funny as fuck. Is she even streaming right now? Doesn't she stream on Kick? I never see Emma streams anymore. Never see Emma streams anymore. Amaranth, the waiting room is on. But not Amaranth. She gave me her sex toy. Did she really? Which one was it? That was abrupt. We love that for you. Yeah, we're gonna be gaming, but I really have to pee, so I'll be right back. In the meantime, go follow Andre. I don't really know what else to say. I'm kind of like on a ditzy feeling right now. I'm really proud of myself, guys. I learned how to use Bluetooth headphones. It only took me like 30 minutes to figure it out, but you know what? That's pretty good. Wait, Andre, can we go to karaoke? Because I told Jarvis we'd go to karaoke after we went to the show. So if you want to go.
Oh, right on time, baby. His underbite was OP. His underbite was adorable. I saw Mario Sep. That's fine. Ugh. Okay, that's not fine.
Girls, freaking pain. Oh, nice. Nice, right.
What? That's fine.
Party time.
That's fine, buddy. That's fine, buddy. That's fine, buddy. Play footsies with me. Come on, man. You don't want to play footsies?
Oh! God's fighting in the mid-range. Okay. Capitalize on his aggression. Put him in the corner. Oh.
I knew it. 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 I knew it.
It's like the EX wake up counter. Oh, it's not EX anymore. It's whatever. The wake up DP kick from Kyle. Whatever they call it now. At the terminology lingo. Essentially, wake up EX. Now it's everyone calls everything any kind of DP Dragon Punch. So
Oh shit!
I go DP.
I almost did medium mixer, and that would have been very bad.
Yeah, Gal sitting in the mid range. Almost kind of long range, but just right outside. Should have walked Sarah to the corner, but Sarah's putting out no pressure to stay in the middle map. Ooh,
Shit.
good. Okay, okay, she got him.
Oh,
Open
no,
him
I
up.
could've put him in
Juked
the
him out.
corner. Why?
Oh, she's going for it, I think, because she sees the low health. Nice, got him. Did she drop it? No, she got him. She got him. He's exhausted.
What?
He can't do anything. He's burnt out.
Oh, there goes my win condition.
I thought she was gonna just drive impact.
I didn't know. I had low drive meter. Yo, Wino, thank you so much for the raid. I see you.
Okay, she's live.
Thank you. I
Winnable.
appreciate it.
Winnable. Okay. Okay.
No. Fuck.
Damn.
I should have just did level 1, honestly. Wow,
In
you're
this
an
instance,
asshole.
I think Sarah can incorporate a little more patience and then try to punish the gal on whatever he does getting out of the corner. She watches it, oh, there you go, boom, boom, boom. Just kind of react what she thinks Gal's gonna do in his distance and just punish him and then back out. Oh, she hit him, knocked him out, gonna go for it. Oh, back up. Oh, nice, got him with a grab. If she just. Oh, nice.
Highest MR? My highest MR was 1720.
Nice.
Trying to get that back. Counter-Strike. Well, we know what game Guile plays. Counter-Strike. I think that's what he's saying. Rashid, who's your favorite Kingdom's Heart character? Soda. Guile, what's your favorite FPS? Counter-Strike. Over here? Aw, shit. I fucked up.
Kind of. There you go, because you could. Yeah, because I was gonna say you could knock it forward.
At least he's in burnout.
Might have to practice that. It's definitely more advanced. I mean, to get the distance and timing right and follow up, like that take a little more practice. But I don't play Rashid, but just that looks really hard, really tough. Okay. Oh, nice. Punch counter, corner. Good, excellent 11-hit combo.
You did! Give me the MR. I am not climbing at all. I am not climbing MR right now. I'm just going up and down. I'm actually a little down. I would have guessed Gal was more of a Call of Duty guy. I know, right?
Probably is.
Maybe I should try playing Fury. I used to tell Dad jokes he wasn't amused. That's funny. 11-hit combo. Me?
Tiff,
Did I do that?
Marsh, Emma, a bunch of people went, and this other really pretty girl, she was Latina. And we were like hanging out the whole party. And then I met this guy, and he likes that I have a One Piece jacket. And he like asked me out, and he was like, "Oh my god, we should like watch One Piece together." And I was like, "Oh." Because I don't really like to hang out with people or date people, so I was like.
Wait, he's wearing a dress shirt, ponytail,
and he was cute, but like I don't really like people, so I was like, "Oh no, sorry." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then I'm like watching his story, and then I noticed that he's at a Matt Rife like freaking like show, and I was like, holy shit, that's crazy.
I was trying
And
to do
then
the
I found out that
hurricane,
his
you know,
housemate
while there was some space
is
between us, but he kept closing the space.
Matt
so
Rife's
I
best
couldn't get
friend.
far enough away from him.
And they do like shows together all the time. And like Matt Rife's like
Girls
getting
are gonna
canceled
feel
right
like a
now for being
bigger asshole if
unfunny.
they beat you.
And it's so funny. Matt popped up
Who?
missed half a story, but he's still.
If
I have
they
no idea
beat
who
you
that is.
wearing costume 3, that's hilarious. A win condition is like... It's like the thing... It's gonna sound super basic, but it's the thing you have to do in order to win, you know? Like let's just say they're in burnout. My win condition would be getting them as close to the wall as I can and putting them in stun, right? That would be my win condition. Why diamond? Oh boy. That beat my low forward?
No. Hold up.
Really? Oh my god, really? Wait, what's the combo again? I'm supposed to go into Eagle Spike. That was not, I mean, that combo was okay, it wasn't bad. All the assholes are asleep, no one's up. Yeah, I should probably just get off now. This was supposed to be a short stream. Like, how long have I been streaming? I literally just wanted to stream for 1 hour while my food was cooking. Terry Bogile. You're right. He looks like Terry Bogile. That is hilarious. Am I the highest MR ranked female streamer? I have no idea. Is there a way to check? I have no idea. I mean, there's a lot of really, really, really good female players. So I would be surprised if I was up there, honestly. Do you think Rashid's tornado and Guile's boom? Do I think they're cousins? I don't know about that. I mean, is a sonic... No, because a sonic boom is sound. It's not wind. Rashid is wind. A sonic boom is sound, so I don't think they're related. Oh, I've only been streaming 3 hours? That's actually not bad. Has it really only been 3 hours? Is it ever a short stream? Yeah. Fell asleep last night and missed the rest of the short 10-hour stream. I think I ended the stream like around this time last night, I think. Like around 3 or 4 a.m. Bringing in the science to disprove the tornado boom. Well, you know, I don't know. You asked. I had to. That was my critical thinking in motion. Nani? Come on, man. What am I doing? Oh, there, it does work. 1500? Nah, this combo's... Why do I keep dropping it? Sarah, did I get a PS5? I do have a PS5. It's sitting right next to me. I'm looking at it right now. It's... now that I rearranged my room and stuff, it's ready. It's ready to be assembled. Do I speak Japanese? I do not. I don't. I know like a few words here and there. But I am far from being able to speak Japanese. And let me tell you, when I went to Japan, I went to Japan earlier this year. I thought I knew enough Japanese to get by. I did not. I did not know enough Japanese to get by. It was terrifying. I was terrified. But luckily, I had my good friend Pills with me out there, so he was able to do a lot of translating for me, because he's pretty good at speaking Japanese. I was like, Nani? I definitely had some very awkward conversations with the locals. One of my favorite ones, I'll tell you guys in a sec after I get beat up by this Honda. See, that is why I don't like trying to make heavy, or that's why I don't like trying to DP the butt slam, because he could change the direction of it. What the fuck? Where is my drive rush? Oh my god. Oh, dude, I swear to god I drive rushed after the low forward and it didn't come out. That was my in. Ah! Unhand me, sir! Why can't I just Eagle Spike? I don't know why I always do Cyclone. My life would be so much easier. I don't want to play this guy again. This character is fucking bullshit. What was I saying? My life would be so much easier if I did more of this instead of this. I I mean, this is fine in certain situations, but I do it way too much. Like, I just default to it way too much for no reason. I should be doing more of this. Maybe the reason why I don't do this a lot is because you actually have to hit confirm it, whereas the Cyclone, you don't have to hit confirm it. Like, you could just do it. But I definitely need to do more Eagle Spike. I think it would just make my life easier if I did. More Oki situations, better damage. What was I saying though? What were we talking about? Oh, Japan, yeah. Awkward conversations in Japan, yeah. I'll get to it after this. What? What?
Mario?
I didn't want that.
What's her just saying?
Oh, I remember. I remember the combo now. Okay. I can't fucking recover from the parry fast enough.
Damn, Hyro Camis. Maybe some tough opponents.
Oh shit! Are you serious?
Damn. Freaking Cammy. You know what's so weird? Is that
Let me
if
think.
Cammy is
So,
British, right?
Okay, so I was talking to
No
this woman in Japan,
British Special Forces
right?
would ever dress like that.
And she was doing my hair, and while she was doing my hair, so in Japanese, when you want to ask, like, how much does something cost, the word for that is ikura, right? IKURA.
Is it?
But me, I accidentally mixed up the K and the R, and I said iruka. I was like, iruka, like, how much is this, iruka? And she was like, Iruka? Like,
Yeah,
why are you
is it
saying
これは
Iruka? Iruka means
これです
dolphin.
Huh?
Like, she was so
Or you could just say-
confused. And, hold on. I felt so stupid after that, but it was pretty funny.
Wait, I was gonna say, aren't you not
So
supposed to ask it?
Don't make the
Hold up.
same mistake I made, chat. Don't confuse Ikura for Iruka. They're two completely different things.
Oh, dolphin.
Ay, sus Mario set.
Oh, sea pig. Oh my god. That will start a fight. If you call a Japanese person a sea pig, oh my god.
Next time I'm at a restaurant, I'm just gonna randomly tell
Oh.
dolphin in English. She was trying to figure out what I was trying to say for like 2 whole minutes. It was very strange.
She was definitely probably taken aback, like, what?
He's jumping a lot, so I'll do this.
Hold up.
Don't teabag me.
What is going on in chat?
Why are you teabagging? I'm just doing my best, okay? It's nothing personal. How did that not punish? No, get away from me, please. Don't level 3! Don't level 3 me, please! Don't level 3. Ah! Oh, fuck. Level 3. Oh, no.
Oh, no, wait,
He
is
still
it?
has it. That's even worse.
Oh, she's alive.
Oh, I'm so stupid. I am actually so stupid. Why would I put myself in burnout?
That part, your opponent was in burnout. Thought she was gonna.
No! Oh my god, I was trying so hard to build up the level 2. And honestly, if that one fireball didn't miss, I would have had level 2 and I would have clutched it out and I would have won. Oi. What?
What? Nice.
Get away from me.
What?
Zangief reminds me of, like, a spider. You know? Like, I'm just as scared as him as he is as me. Why? We should just be able to live in harmony.
Live in harmony? Yeah, of course.
Ah!
Wait,
Or
what?
chupacabra.
Or
They
what?
use echolocation to know where to... What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Wow. What?
Stop jumping! It makes me uncomfortable.
What? This chat.
just gonna do it, whatever.
Go
Keith
for
and
it.
Jerry are like Spidey's friends, yeah. Well, Jerry's an actual spider. Get off of me!
Oh, Jerry's like a viper, right?
Woo! But I like you so much, Keith. I just want to be near you. Psych. Just kidding. That's not true. I don't want to be near Keith. Oh, that was
No,
a punish counter?
I can't
Hold on,
laugh.
bro.
I can't laugh. My upper body's. I can't laugh right now. Oh, I'm so sore.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I can't laugh right now.
Okay, that was good. That was good.
Oh my
Hello,
god.
I tried to like drive rush or a drive impact.
Sir. I can't laugh right now. My upper body. Oh. Oh.
Go for it. Limit test. Wait, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm behind on my chat. Get off of me. Where is my... Aww, my eagle spike. My eagle ain't spiking.
Stop. Stop, Sarah.
He's more like a nub. I have the eagle nub.
Everybody's sore. I can't. She's too funny. She's joking right now. She's joking right now. My upper body. I didn't. Oh, it's just. It hurts. Mm. 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 The ribs, it just hurts. The right arm, dude, the right arm is just. Shit. Too so much, dude, just pain, just boom, boom, boom. It's like getting punched in the 12th round of boxing. Like, boom. Just, the shoulder just, and then it radiates. It just bounces. Oh, the triceps are just pulling. The arms. Dude. Holy shit. Motherfuckers. Fucking A. Fucking A. Whew. Motherfuckers. That pain is like, oh man. Whew. It's like, dude, motherfuckers, motherfuckers, dude, it's, the triceps are just like pulling. Like, I'm like, dude. I think they're just a tearing. I think that's what it is. Dude. Fuck. You know what it did? When the triceps pull, they go right back to the cranium. And those motherfuckers. Oh shit. Whew. Wonder if I can I? Maybe? See if I can still. Oh shit, fucking knee. Right to the desk. the knee. The knee. Went right into the desk. Dude, it's just. You know what happens to your knee? I need a rounded desk. I need a rounded desk because the corners of my desk are like sharp. 180s. 180 sharp corners. And my left knee just went right into the stupid desk. I need rounded corners in the desk. Gotta sing or do something. How bad is it? Is it radiated? Is it radiated? Interesting burp. Burp was orange juice cereal. 3:51 in the morning. Hold up. There we go. Voice is finally going back. Jesus fucking Christ. You know what to do? Oh, dude, the pain, dude. Jesus Christ. Okay, I can go back.
Did the combo!
Dude, perfect.
Did it! Okay, so after the drive rush, it's because I'm not pressing crouch fierce fast enough. That's why I kept dropping it earlier.
Sarah's sandbagging.
An opening! An opening!
Sarah's sandbagging. Perfect. It was. Perfect. It
Oh,
could
shit.
be. Perfect. Possibly. Perfect.
Ah, that was drive reverse! He's gonna jump. Not now. Oh, damn it, I missed it. No, keep your throw loops away from me, God.
Throw loops? What? What?
Have I ever received hate mail? No. Oh, why you do that? Why you do that, honey? Why you do that, honey?
Why are you laughing? Oh no. My lungs hurt. The chest hurts. This is not fair. This is not fair.
You know, every time I pop a level 2, I wonder how much shit people talk about me. They're like, oh, here we go, level 2, you're so brain dead.
Can't think about the
Brain dead
hate.
Rashid.
You can't think about the hate. You have to let go of the hate.
I miss the days of
Don't
hate
waste-
mail. I don't.
Don't waste the brain
I'm
power on hate.
sensitive, okay?
Oh. Yeah, just block out the hate.
I would not enjoy.
Yeah, you can't read the hate
something
mail.
like that.
You can't. Even though the hate mail can
too
pile up on
sensitive.
Twitch, you can't read it. You gotta ignore it. Don't even look at it. Pretend it doesn't exist. If the hate mail's coming in from church, pretend it doesn't exist. You want to read that? It's like just, heck no. Block out the hate.
I punched guys in the gut.
You punch guys in the gut?
Joke.
What?
That was a joke.
I mean, chicken
For
punch me?
anybody thinking RM is serious, don't think he's serious. I did it as a joke.
Chicken punch me in the gut?
In middle school.
If
When
Sarah,
I was in middle school, it was a joke.
if Sarah asked to punch me in the gut, I'd let her. Yeah. I would love to see it. That'd be kind of fun. Maybe. Yeah. I would show my abs, but I don't think you can show abs.
Oh my god, I'm actually very surprised that didn't hit me.
Twitch. I only have a 4-pack, but it's a good 4-pack.
I'm like Helga. I played earlier and got mad. You got hate mail? How? Like in the battle hub?
Oh.
I saw the toxicity in the battle hub. No thank you. I don't want to be a part of that. Hey.
Oh, can I still? I don't know if I
Do
can
it again, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. Okay, never mind. Oh, brother.
Oh, I can't move with the headset.
Rashi, okay. Did I beat up people in middle school? No. That's not what happened.
Oh.
Okay, so the story was... Wait, I'll tell you after this. I'll tell you after this. Ow! Oh my god. He... What? That beat my medium? Oh man.
Much better one-handed. Because two, you're dividing your force. Potential. If you swing a golf club one-handed,
Oh, where are you going, Rashid?
you can accurately balance your body. You can go one-legged. Over 2 feet.
Oh, wait a minute. I just thought of something.
Feet together. Curve. Drop.
Ow.
Either line. Maybe a little further.
Oh.
Going to create index. Concave. Force potential. Will fly out in
Oh,
centrifugal
fuck my
force.
life.
And you're catching a centrifugal force. You're anchoring it. As you anchor it, you drag it. Anchor, drag. As you grab centrifugal force, potential force of probably 1,200 pounds per square inch. As you catch it, you release. And you drag it.
Oh my, where's my drag reversal?
If you stand here, all your hips are going to take the momentum of the force. You're going to fuck up your hips and your lower back.
God.
So as it swings in, as the force goes, you push your foot back. As you propel that force, because all that kinetic energy, all the potential force needs to go away from your body. It's here, the force that you just controlled from a golf club, actually part of that force ricochets back through your body, through your left leg, into your body. And that reverberating seismic force is damaging your body. So you swing a golf club, and as you push the force away from your body,
you cannot
your foot
anti-air
is dragged back. And if you had a proper convex, you're just pushing that as a cyclone this way.
Oh my
or
lord.
whichever direction you're going. And the cyclone is understanding the force air potential and its shape. It will look like a tornado, like two tornadoes, technically. And your ball is traveling inside a convex tornado through the air. And if you understand telemetry, you can calculate that distance. Yeah, so you're here. Your swing usually stop here, where your elbows connect. When your elbows connect, your leg is still in that planar force, sitting perpendicular to it. Your body is receiving the concussive force from the wave, there's a seismic potential force, the kinetic force, and then your lower body feels it. Swing a golf club, put your foot back. As you anchor, you're here. Up. Well, the beginning too, the gather helps too. If someone starts from a neutral position and they swing down, if you start from a neutral position and swing down, you're not generating any power. Only until you get to about equal planar to your hip. As you bring your arm in, does that anchor drop, shift all your weight, it resonates back into the pole, and as you swing, that force potential momentum goes this way.
Oh, did I tell you guys I won a tournament
if you
yesterday?
have a gather step,
I won a tournament.
You generate a shit ton of force from your body already. So you have your golf club out. You should pivot.
It was kind of funny because I joined like last minute too. I wasn't planning on it.
I'm just gonna time. Oh, what I did that time was I lifted up my foot to try and release the force back out of my body because that kinetic force is traveling so quick. If you don't, you're damaging your bones.
What was I saying?
And your tendons.
So
on the end of that swing, essentially my foot is off the ground.
So in middle school,
you can't see it because the camera can't. So basically, went like this.
The joke was.
And you release. So then you can go back.
You know when you
get your foot off the ground, so that the force goes back out.
Hug,
doesn't resonate.
Did they open up their arms?
The air acts as like a cushion.
To like anticipate the
hug. Shock wave. So for me, I was like, I don't even know how old I was. I was probably like 12 or 13. Okay, I was a kid. You go from here, as you. But I just thought it was funny. Change one planar force. Your elbow breaks off from it. It generates force and energy. And as you pull, as they turn through the air, your weak spot. The spin rotation that you're riding at. The stomach. Gather it, drag, release your foot back. And let the energy travel. Every time, so I would just walk up to like most people are golfing other like kids this, in middle school, and I would ask physically, for a hug, do this. And they would open up both their arms. Hips, both your elbows are going from connected on the plane I would just kind of together. Gently they cross another plane in the stomach. That force is where it's going to project out from. You know, that's it. That was because your arms look anchored. You just drag. I wasn't like violent or anything. I wasn't like beating the shit out of the kids in middle school. If you try to control it, you're gonna mess up your accuracy. You're going to wobble, you're going to create a wobble, distortion, and you're going to fuck up your accuracy, and your ball's going to go flying somewhere else. I know, it was kind of a bully thing to do. So here. I wasn't a bully, but that was a bully thing to do, not going to lie. Back or foot off? Cancel her. Foot has to go off. Yeah, I used to beat children. But I was also a child. The force wave you're creating is still traveling. You know what, I'm just going to stop talking before...
this
force,
story
that's kinetic
gets
potential force.
construed
travel through
or it
objects.
gets misconstrued.
If your foot's still
The
connected
words
to the
get
ground,
twisted around, and then
and you're
people
trying
are
to
gonna be
then
like, what the
bounce
fuck?
force off it,
Sarah's
so
a beat
essentially when your feet are on the
children?
ground, there's a constant state
And
of
then
force,
I'll really get canceled.
basically connected, the way for energy to transfer. The ground is to move, you're going to move. If you're up, right, and the ground moves, guess what happens? The ground moves, the air moves, then your foot
One of our
moves.
classmates.
If your foot's on the ground,
Oh,
the ground is going to move.
no.
There's normal forces applying at all times.
No.
So if you're creating force, it's going to go through the air, a sonic, into the ground, seismic, and the seismic force is going to hit your foot.
Kid.
And then that resonance
I didn't know
travels through your
better.
body really quickly. It fucks up your bones and tendons. So, so here, got to step of the pole on the outside. As it swings, it's going to then curve, and as that curve, you're dragging it down, and that curve generates force, which brings back. Chance to planar. Every time. Physics. But it's much better one-handed. Feet together gives you a higher kind of leverage, a lower anchor. Your feet are apart. It's a shorter, tighter anchor.
I'm too nice. Yeah. Have you seen?
A much quicker.
Have you seen me when I play Street Fighter?
Quicker drag. So when you're together,
I'm so nice.
your centrifugal force almost disappears if your ankles are together. Basically, yeah. So then you generate force.
Can I be good with my skateboard? That is not.
What you should be doing is trying to control it. If you're trying to control this all the way down, it's the dumbest shit you could do. You're fucking up your own body.
Good.
And the reason you're fucking up your body
Well,
is that no one in human
a
existence
lot
are
of
you ever
kids.
doing
I
this.
like well-behaved kids. I
So
don't
you're
like
fucking up your
bratty
whole body.
kids.
No physiology. Like gravity, do its thing.
I mean, who does like bratty kids?
You're
though,
just
right?
dragging. As you drag,
Doing shin shoryukens on
that
middle
drag
school
is your accuracy.
classmates.
Arm comes up, release.
I just imagine
Don't
like the
ever try and
animation for
control
Ryu's level 3 super.
swing all the way through.
And I'm
Like,
just like
I'm trying
doing
to
that
control
on
the
all my
swing. What are you doing?
classmates.
Come up.
That's funny.
The gravity does this thing. Comes up. The gravity does this thing. Comes up. The gravity does
That's
this thing.
you
Your
when
body
you
will think
play
you're
MVC too. Really?
physics people.
She's
Here,
kind now.
here,
Wants to have a
here.
first to 10.
Pull.
No. First to 10 with
That's your
Honda. No,
accuracy.
thank you. I'm gonna have
Physics.
to pass
No
on
one
that one.
Never uses physics. Maybe not as much as it should. It is the language of the universe. The more physicists we
Do I
have,
ever do
the faster we can
babysitting?
level up the United States.
Kinda.
Need more physicists.
I raised my little brother
Pretty much. Shit.
because my parents were working all the time,
Yeah.
so I pretty much raised them. Other
How
people's
fast was
kids are cool
Pretty fast?
because you don't have to deal with them eventually. Yeah.
Awesome.
Especially when they're in that phase where
decent.
they're just like destroying everything and screaming and like, ugh. But I think, hopefully over time, like kids tend to
Something like
mellow
that.
out a bit. Hopefully.
About the same. About the same.
You like being the cool uncle? Yeah.
That was faster.
When I was raising my brother, I kind of liked it though. I don't know, like, just waking up early every morning and, feeding him and changing his diaper and watching cartoons with him. That was probably the best part. Just like bonding over, like, watching cartoons and stuff.
Oh.
And,
Caught the end of the conversation.
books and the toys and stuff. That stuff is fun.
What was that question?
How many siblings? 2. How old was I? I was a kid.
I have 3 siblings.
I was a kid. Yeah, like, we're like 8 years apart. It's fun when your niece or nephew, like, exploring new things. Yeah, like my niece was super cute in the beginning, but then she kind of went through this phase where she became, like, really destructive. You know how toddlers go into, like, their grabby phase? Like, they just want to grab everything. They want to put their hands on everything. And my room isn't really the place where you can do that, because my room is nothing but, like, computer equipment, you know, monitors, my processor, my lights, my cameras. You know, I have a lot of, like, expensive equipment and stuff, and, like, all my consoles and stuff. And so she would just come in here, and she would just, like, yank everything out of place, and I'm like, oh, honey, you can't do that here. You know, this isn't really the place you can do that type of thing. Yeah, the this is mine phase. Yeah, and then when you try to take it away, they go crazy. They start crying or throwing a tantrum. The middle kid, yeah, pretty much.
What the heck? I have a feeling like that. That's weird.
Yeah, Anonymous.
Oh, forgot. Mm-hmm.
I wonder who the mocap actor was for Rashid.
Good question.
I really want to see him, like, in action, because, like, you know, can you imagine someone, like a real person, doing these movements in a studio as they record it? Like, he really does just look, like, so light on his feet. I don't know, I just feel like whoever this mocap actor is, if it is even mocap, like, look at these movements. They're just, like, look at that. They're just so, like,
I could do them.
they're so, he just captured, like, that energy and that bounciness and, like, that lightheartedness, and I want to see. I think it'd be cool to see him in action. Alright, have a good rest of your day. Feeling godlike.
Sure. Wait, feeling
Who's
godlike?
the voice actor?
Feeling godlike. Wait, what? Someone from... Wait, what?
I only have one niece.
Wait.
Well, unless, like, you count, like, cousins and stuff. I'm not sure if that's included.
Well, cousins
Just
are
want to
family.
see if he actually looks like Rashid. I mean, that'd be cool too, but
Does he actually look like Rashid? Oh.
I just think, like, these little bouncy, like, jolly, happy movements. It's just, like, I don't know. I just think he did a good job. Big heart Sarah phase. I'm never gonna play Killer Instinct. It's not gonna happen. Like, ever. I just don't want to.
Waterfall.
Okay, tell you what, if you guys give me someone to raid right now, then this will be my last one, and I'll raid them right after this.
Oh, yeah, it's 4:23 in the morning. Man, I should sleep too. Yeah. Well, you know what? I could just stay up all day. Kinda. Not really.
Why is my fireball coming out so late? Oh, brother. What? His doll absorbed my fireball?
Whoa.
What the fuck? It can do that? His doll absorbed my EX whirlwind shot. So that he didn't get hit by it. Oh my god, this is so fucking stupid. Why'd it have to be Blanca, of all people, for me to get matched up with? Yeah, bitch-ass character.
Still too hot.
That move is so fucking stupid. It's actually fucking stupid. Yeah, I did the combo!
Oh, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna
F champ?
Which of the heat? I think used to.
That shit is so fucking stupid. Hello, where's my mixer? Oh, wow. I still got 7 MR from that, so... Cool. Okay, fine. That was the last one, like I promised. Unless... No, just kidding. Let me see who I have on my list. Oh, how many viewers does F-Champ have? You know me. You know me too well. Let me see. No, I don't want to close all 7 tabs. It's 4:30 in the morning over here. Where's F-Champ? I don't see him. Faye is still streaming? Dang. Faye be on those demon hours like me. Oh my gosh. Another fellow FGC girl that streams at degenerate hours of the night. Yeah, but she hasn't been playing Street Fighter. She's been playing this other game. I don't know. It's Team Fight Tactics. It looks like a mobile game. I don't know. I don't see F-Champ. I see... Teamfight Tactics is the League of Legends. Oh, this is League of Legends? But is it like a League of Legends mobile board game type of thing? Speaking of mobile games, maybe I should do some more Final Fantasy Opera Omnia stuff. It's like a spin-off. This mobile and desktop. Let's see. How do you play it? Should be grinding on this game. Is this game addicting?
It's long explanation. Like a battle sim? Or like
I have no idea what's going
chess
on.
auto battle?
You played it for 2 weeks and then dropped it? It wasn't for me, really? I feel like Final Fantasy Tactics, but with League of Legends.
It's kind of hard to explain.
It's a battle simulator, chess auto battler.
But with champions. It's kind of hard to explain with
It's not like
TCs.
Final Fantasy Tactics. Because I'm very familiar with that game. I used to play that game a lot.
Oh. I'm not sure. I don't.
I want to raid Faye, but I'm also like very tired. Like I would want to stick around and hang out and like socialize and stuff, but I'm just so ready to just pass out and go to bed already. So I don't know.
I should sleep too. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Wait, what?
We'll raid the chair because we don't have to socialize with the chair. We could just
Raid the chair.
We'll just go to the chair stream.
The chair stream? What is the chair stream? Wait.
Poor chair ignored. Well, we're gonna say hi to the chair right now if you guys want. Yeah, I would hate to just like raid Faye and then just like peace out. You know, I would want to like stay and chit chat for a bit, but I'm done. I'm done for the night. It's about to be 5 in the morning for me. Next time. You're winning for the chair to win Cap Cup? I think it has a good chance. The chair and level 2 tornado that summons Rashid for his level 2, or its level 2, I should say. Yeah, it's 4:36 a.m. Alright, guys. I had fun. Good night, everybody. Good day, good morning to everyone starting their day. Thank you, everyone, for the follows, and the raids. GG's, everyone that I played today. Yeah, you guys know me. I'll be back on probably tomorrow, but who knows. But yeah, guys, take care and peace out. Bye. You too, Death3. Thank you. Have a good night.
Oh, Echo Jungle.
He died to Graves. His bad.
Did he go Electrocute? Oh, he went Dark Harvest. You know, Dark Harvest might be the better rune over Electrocute. But I still do like Electrocute though. Like, to just kind of blow up the enemy. You know? But Dark Harvest, yeah. But I guess then you're relying on to get good ganks. You have to get good ganks because then. Nice.
Oh.
You know. Oh, you have it. Nice.
I might have to go mid soon. It's very likely. There's an on.
Well, you can take on Talia. Pick her. Oh, wait.
W up though. Oh, I thought Celia would move. I was wrong.
No.
So
Because you have to
away.
just. It's gonna be really hard. It's gonna be like. I don't know if
My
this works.
auto is still 28 and 29 damage to
Oh,
this
you
guy.
got him now. If you pull him back into the. Oh, you can't do it now. Fuck. Oh no.
Oh,
What is?
fuck. I expect her to do that. Oh, man.
I was gonna say.
So easy for me
That's
to
what I
live,
meant
I
by
just
it's gonna
have
be too
press
hard to
either
kill
R or flash.
Ornn. Like what? Ornn essentially counters Echo. The Ornn wasn't like fighting back. Like what the heck? Ornn should have been like auto attacking Echo, and then like brittle. Oh, dude, there she's gone. Oh, team claps on Drake. Go, go, go. Grab him, bro. Bard, come on, bro. Bard could have grabbed him.
They shouldn't burst it. They need to wait for me, otherwise
Yeah,
Graves
just pull out the
can easily
dragon.
take it away.
Oh, he wasted ult.
Try. He just wasted ult. I get level 11 here. Ready to fight.
Night in class mid. Go, 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 go. Go, it's down to the. Oh, dude, do it. Oh, he got stunned. What?
Man, I'm perma-stunned.
Free kills. Everyone free kills.
Arrow, man.
Free kills. Oh, no. Oh.
That arrow crushed my dreams. Would have been such a nice play.
Yeah, the stun. The stun just stopped it. It was going to be. Oh, even better. Nice. Psh, perfect. Solid.
It worked out. Now we go either Shadow Flame or Sonya. I think Sonya is probably the smarter buy at this point. Still gotta be careful about getting CC'd. We saw what happened there. I was arrowed for 100 years.
Hey, Dark Harvest. Yeah, Dark Harvest
This
actually
looks like we
salty.
should be able
But
to clear some of their camps. Oh!
oh, what? What happened?
Let me explain. I just moved my rocket build from button 2 to 1. And then I moved stopwatch to 2. Okay, I'm moving it back. Jesus Christ, my brain.
Wait for it. Oh, you should have saved the stun for here. Damn, no, Bard dies. If Brox has still had his W, the enemy team walks away. You know what I mean? Like if he plays the W, enemy team sees a giant bubble and they walk away and Bard lives. Damn, that's... You know, actually, truth be told, you kind of want to hold your W. Reason being is that you want to kind of draw the enemy into a longer fight. And then once your W stuns them, then hopefully your ult kind of falls up with an easy
vision on me
hit.
everywhere I go.
Yeah. And what makes Echo so strong is the range Q. Super strong. Out of all assassins, he has like a powerful range Q. Does good damage. Gotta be able to assassinate the backline. Ignore the tank.
Oh, I got arrowed. We're good. It was a short range arrow, so the stun is not that long.
Oh, they're gonna go for Graves. Yeah, see, that's make Echo so strong. That Q. Oh shit, they might be able to get him. Oh, they got him now. Nice. What is Graves doing, dude? Graves is like wants to die. Like what? He has the Proto Belt and the E up.
Really letting him clear this? Oh man, I'm so afraid. I couldn't go first.
Team can take
Just
Baron.
needed someone to go tank.
Team can just take Baron. What you do is you go on Baron and you force the enemy to come to you, and then you can fight him. That's what team should have did. They should have been already on Baron. Force the enemy team to kind of come to them, and then you kind of then you flank. Super easy.
He opens this dragon. I'm buying the cursed item. Hope I don't regret it.
In this instance, Graves should die for this. In no way ever is Graves allowed to do this. Graves should already been flanked and dead. Something's going on. The team's not in sync. The team's all over the place. Oh, he's going for it. Eat. Blow him up. Blow him up. Oh, I gotta get out. Gotta get out. Oh.
There was an ignite on me, so I only healed back to half.
Rise. Can Rise? Oh, Rise. Do it, Rise. Dude, Rise was so bad with this combo. That was so bad.
We're 19.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
Woof.
Oh,
Best
nice.
buy of all time. We can go Baron after this. If we rush it together, they can't defend.
937. It's a good amount of gold, too. Why isn't the team not here?
Oh, a support that
Did
knows
the team
that whoever
put
tanks Baron
commands
deals
to
reduced
take
damage.
Baron
So
earlier?
he walks in and tanks it immediately.
You gotta. This team probably should have pinged like 5 times
What a legend.
because the team was split, and so Aatrox's going. Oh man, that almost cost him the goddamn game. Nice. Can they get him? Oh, they're just going for E flash. Dude, what? I would just E flash took him out. Like, why are we even hesitating? I was like, why are we even hesitating? Oh, nice. It was holding the splash. GG.
Let's go.
10-3-9.
I'm gonna clear everything before basing. We're already 3 levels up in Graves. Now we're gonna make it 4. There we go, 16 to 12.
Okay, this should be the push that ends the game.
Okay. We need to be a bit mindful of their CC. But if we don't get hit on one shot, oh, we're gonna shine for real now. I'll group with the team in a second.
Still playing Sneaky Twin TFT. Oh man.
New York, I'm Chris Hayes. Just weeks from now, voters will cast the first ballots in, believe it or not, the 2024 primary presidential elections. In less than a year, the whole country will vote again, not only on who will be the next president of these United States, but most likely on whether to continue the American democratic experiment, at least in its current form. This coming year will also bring at least one trial of the Republican frontrunner and former President Donald Trump, the most important of the 91 felony charges against him, the federal elections case, which is now set to go before a judge in March. And that case serves as a crucial reminder of just how serious the man was about overturning American democracy on January 6th, how close he came to succeeding, and how much he wants to do it again. And today, we've got new information about the attempted coup. Now, on its own, this detail, which I'm about to relay to you, it might seem small or insignificant, but it actually sheds dramatic light on one of the most enduring mysteries from January 6th and the run-up to it. But more importantly, it suggests how prepared the entirety of the Republican Party might have been to go along with Trump's plot if things went in that direction. Now, as part of the investigation into the attempt to overturn the 2020 election, Special Counsel Jack Smith has been speaking with key players as they prepare their case in court, and that includes former Vice President Mike Pence. Pence, of course, famously eschewing talking to the January 6th committee. He's been talking to Smith. And according to a new ABC News report, Smith's team has pressed Pence on all sorts of questions, even something so granular as the placement of a comma in his book. When recounting a phone call with Trump on Christmas Day 2020, Pence wrote in his book that he told Trump, and I quote, "You know, I don't think I have the authority to change the outcome of the election on January 6th. But Pence allegedly told Smith's investigators that comma should have never been placed there. He actually meant to write that he admonished Trump, "You know I don't have the authority to change the outcome," suggesting Trump was well aware of the limitations of Pence's authority. The special counsel's investigators also pressed Pence on personal notes he took after meetings with Trump. One of those notes, written several days before Pence was due to preside over the certification of the electoral votes in Congress on January 6th, reveals that Pence momentarily decided that he would skip the proceedings on January 6th, where he was going to preside altogether. These are notes after meetings with Trump, right? The then vice president wrote, quote, "Not feeling like I should attend electoral count. Too many questions, too many doubts, too hurtful to my friend. Therefore, I'm not going to participate in certification of election." Now, Mike Pence, I think, is smart enough to know that Donald Trump is not his friend. And again, to his credit, he did, of course, decide in the end to show up and fulfill his constitutional obligation. But those notes indicated there was at least a moment when he was planning to not show up. The reason this is such an arresting detail there in black and white, apparently, reportedly, in the notes from Pence himself that the investigators saw, the reason it's such an arresting detail is because it connects to an unexplained mystery of what the man underneath him in the chain of command, the president pro tempore, knew ahead of January 6th. Okay? At the time, Republican Chuck Grassley of Iowa, that man you see there, was the second highest ranking official in the Senate after Vice President Mike Pence. He was next in line to preside over that crucial gathering on January 6th for the certification of electoral votes if Pence was not there. And the day before, seemingly kind of out of nowhere, on January 5th, Senator Grassley told reporters that that is exactly what was going to happen. I quote him here. If the vice president isn't there and we don't expect him to be there, I will be presiding over the Senate.
This is a camera lucida, and for the whole of the 19th century, it was the indispensable drawing aid for great masters and technical illustrators alike. And yet, it's virtually unknown today.
The camera lucida allows you to trace what you see. Technically, it superimposes a virtual image of your subject onto.
Over the weekend, the special counsel Jack Smith made an urgent holiday plea to an appeals court to keep the ex-president's gag order in his federal election interference trial, pointing to the latest real-life.
I remember when he sentenced it, in which Pence decided at some point that he was going to sidestep his duty and let someone else preside over January 6th, presumably someone who would go along with the coup. And did someone inform Chuck Grassley about Mike Pence making such a decision that he was not going to be there? And for nearly 3 years, we've had no concrete evidence supporting that damning possibility. But now we do from Mike Pence himself. I mean, his own contemporaneous notes obtained by special counsel Jack Smith and his testimony Smith's team proved Pence had decided to leave the certification of the votes in Grassley's hands on January 6th. And those notes are evidence suggesting that Grassley may very well not have been mistaken. Instead, he was telling the honest truth about what he knew, that he had been briefed or told about this decision. Again, we still don't know definitively. There's no, actual smoking gun here. What we do now know definitively, and this is from the January 6th committee, is that Trump's own coup lawyers wrote out memos imagining a scenario in which Grassley presided. We know that. We know that Pence himself came to a decision, apparently after a meeting with Trump, that he would recuse himself and allow Grassley to do it, and memorialize that in notes. And we have Grassley telling reporters that Pence wasn't going to be there and he was planning on presiding. Grassley still denies he had any idea whatsoever any of the machinations. And yes, this is about a detail about something that happened or nearly happened nearly 3 years ago. It didn't end up happening. But it's so relevant and important in this moment as we look ahead. Again, focus here. As we come down the barrel this year.
Yeah,
because it reveals a key lesson from the Trump era. Chuck Grassley is part of the establishment. He's not one of the colorful pro-coup characters like Rudy Giuliani or Sidney Powell or the Overstock guy. He did not vote to overturn the election on that fateful day when, after the violent mob sicked the Capitol, they all came back into the chamber and had to vote about whether they're going to go along with the mob. He didn't vote for it. In the end, though, Chuck Grassley and the rest of the Republican establishment will go along with just about anything if they see the wind is blowing that way. I mean, no one has stated that more clearly than Grassley himself, saying it straight up, explaining why he accepted Donald Trump's endorsement in October of 2021, after the coup.
I was born at night, but not last night. So if I didn't accept the endorsement of a person that's got 91% of the Republican voters in Iowa, I wouldn't be too smart. I'm smart enough to accept that endorsement.
Truly one of the most almost comically honest statements I've heard from a politician. He doesn't say, I like the guy. I think the guy is good. I think that the guy's coup attempt, good, bad, whatever, doesn't matter. Politically, I will accept his endorsement. That's it. That's the logic. We've seen Republicans do this over and over again. After he sicked the mob in the Capitol, they've remained in line. That same Chuck Grassley logic. 3 weeks after January 6th, Kevin McCarthy went to visit Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago, smiling and shaking hands. Remember, for that infamous photo? And in her new book, former Congresswoman Liz Cheney reveals, McCarthy tried to explain that away, claiming that Trump's staff was, quote, really worried about the former president. And I quote here again, Trump's not eating, so they asked me to come see him. He's really depressed. The reality, as we have learned, is that Kevin McCarthy and Chuck Grassley and basically the entire rest of them, with the exception of a few, maybe Mitt Romney, they're just going to follow Donald Trump to the ends of the earth and the ends of American democracy if it helps their chances for power. That's it. They're not saving us. They're not the guardrail. They weren't going to stand in his way last time, I don't think. They're not going to stand his way the next time. Keep that in mind, because it's the most destructive and dangerous legacy of Donald Trump and his coup. It's why the stakes of this next year are so very high.
Right on that part.
Evidence of threats and harassment stemming from Trump's continued online rampage against courts and judges. Special counsel included in his letter sent on Thanksgiving Day the copious, vile threats in the separate ongoing civil fraud trial in New York, including the quote, hundreds of threats, disparaging and harassing comments, and anti-Semitic messages that are directed at the judge and his staff, end quote. Joining our conversation is a former top official at the Justice Department, Andrew Weissman. With me on set, MSNBC legal analyst Lisa Rubin. Welcome to both of you. Thank you both for joining us this afternoon. Andrew, let me just start with you. Tell me about the connection, for anyone who doesn't sort of understand the legality of this, of Jack Smith using stuff that's related to the New York civil fraud trial for his own trial.
Sure. Well, you have two judges, one in a criminal case in D.C. and one in a civil case in New York, dealing with a similar issue, which is that Donald Trump is a defendant and he is speaking in ways that the government thinks, and the court has agreed, the trial court has agreed, endangers the integrity of the judicial process. That judicial process can be a civil case, as in New York, or a criminal case, as in D.C. Now, the gag order in D.C. was much broader. It related to the court and the court staff, but also to Jack Smith and his staff and to jurors and witnesses. The New York gag order was very limited. It related to the court staff, and particularly about not speaking about one particular principal law clerk. That was something that the judge said was prohibited. Both of those so-called gag orders are on appeal, and both are stayed pending appeal, meaning that they are not yet in effect pending the outcome of that appellate process. But the reason they relate to each other is the history of violence, the history of threats to witnesses, potential jurors, to court personnel, to prosecutors is relevant to both cases. In the same way that Judge Kaplan, a federal judge in the E. Jean Carroll case, has already taken steps to protect the jurors in that civil case because of the concern of prospective violence towards jurors in that case.
So let's discuss it, because, Lisa, this becomes a broader issue of a permission structure that gets created that can not just be intimidating for witnesses, but we're going to talk about this later in the show. That's also just part of this growing sort of environment of violence and hate. From the document cited by Jack Smith, written by a court employee in the New York fraud trial, it reads, I've been informed by Ms. Greenfield, Judge Engeron's principal law clerk, that she's been receiving approximately 20 to 30 calls per day to her personal cell phone and approximately 30 to 50 messages per day on combined sites of social media, LinkedIn, and 2 personal email addresses. Ms. Greenfield also informed me that since the interim stay was issued lifting the gag orders on November the 16th, 2023, that Andrew was just talking about, approximately half of the harassing and disparaging messages have been anti-Semitic. The reason I bring this up is because this is not about witness interference or court interference in the normal way. It's this permission structure of harassment and intimidation and anti-Semitism.
Yeah, and you can see that, Ali, also in the affirmation from the court officer, because in addition to excerpting some of the most vile threats against the principal law clerk, which primarily have to do with her relationship with the judge and her religion, encoded in those are also threats against Letitia James, who's the New York Attorney General, that take on a very transparently racist nature, and also threats against the judge, who himself is Jewish, and therefore those are anti-Semitic. And there's also a suggestion of homophobia. It's not just a suggestion. There's more than a whiff of it. There's some real homophobia in those threats, too. So when you talk about an environment of hate, it is sort of a cataclysm of isms, so to speak, in that affirmation. I think the reason, though, going back to what the conversation you and Andrew were having, one of the reasons the special counsel wants to bring this to the D.C. Circuit's attention is because there was a suggestion during oral argument that there was no proof that anything Trump had said had led to particularly violent threats against anybody who was a subject of that gag order. Obviously, someone has been arrested for threatening Judge Tanya Chutkan, but she herself is not a subject of the gag order she issued that is now on appeal in D.C. By giving to the D.C. Circuit this affirmation from the court security officer in New York, you start to see evidence of what happens when Trump issues a threat, both in kind and the extent of that. One of the things you didn't mention about that affirmation is that the court security officer says, I've transcribed the voicemails that have been left for Judge Engoron and his chambers and for the principal law clerk. They fill 275 single-spaced pages.
Wow.
To dimension that like that, particularly when the D.C. Circuit doesn't have evidence like that at its disposal, in large part because some of the people who would be witnesses in that trial don't have a law enforcement apparatus supporting them, right? They're private citizens now. So to give that information to the D.C. Circuit, I think is particularly valuable to show there's not just a correlation between, a Trump post and an uptick in a threat environment, but you can actually quantify that and excerpt it and present it to a court in an evidentiary fashion.
Andrew, is there a Fifth Amendment defense here to say, sorry, that people have nasty, homophobic, racist, anti-Semitic things to say to court officers and others, but it's got nothing to do with the trial at hand?
Well, it's not a Fifth Amendment, but I think that
I'm sorry, I said Fifth Amendment, I meant First Amendment.
Yeah, I was going to say, so Donald Trump has raised a First Amendment defense in both courts. And there are sort of two answers to that were discussed in court. One is that this is not a restriction on you and I. This is somebody who's in the court system. So this is really about bail restrictions. And remember, when you're out on bail on a criminal case, there are all sorts of restrictions. You have to report to pretrial services. You could have to call in. You could have travel restrictions. My word, you could even be under house arrest or even jailed pending appeal. So there are all sorts of restrictions on rights that you otherwise would have. And what the court in D.C. was particularly interested in is what kind of prophylactic steps the court is entitled to take in order to make sure that there's integrity to the judicial process, that people feel safe, that they will come forward and testify truthfully without fear of being harassed or worse. And then, of course, as Lisa pointed out, there is this issue of causality. The call and response that we see time and time again with the former president. And in fact, he is in many ways charged with that in connection with the January 6th D.C. case. It is a call and response that we have seen so many times, and that the court is going to assess here in deciding the parameters of a gag order. And I think the general view is that the D.C. Circuit is likely to affirm the gag order, at least in part. They may restrict it around the edges, but that they are going to be concerned about, at the very least, witnesses and jurors, maybe a little less concerned with people who are court officials who have extra protections at their disposal. Although I will say that's still a hard thing to explain to the public, why court officers should be subject to this just for doing their job.
I recently signed up for health insurance through Covered California. Before
At the largest hospital inside Gaza, Al-Shifa, tonight just 2 doctors remain trying to take care of about 200 patients. Early today, Israel says it detained the director of that hospital and took him in for questioning. Aaron McLaughlin has more.
Tonight, as fighting rages across Gaza, a temporary ceasefire just hours away, Ahmed Mukhalalati, one of 2 remaining doctors at the besieged Al-Shifa hospital, tells NBC News.
The Israeli soldiers and officers pushing you, and I say, if you don't leave the hospital, your life will be threatened.
How are you going to leave Al-Shifa?
To be honest, I don't know.
Once a refuge for tens of thousands of Gazans fleeing the war, now
There's only 2
Mukhalalati
doctors
says there are
trying
only
to take care
200
of 200
patients left,
wounded and
too
civilians.
sick to leave on their own.
It's not right, man.
Patients are here with
They need
all
help.
kinds of injuries. We can't save them. We keep losing them. We lost a patient overnight, and we lost another one yesterday.
Oh, it's 200 patients that are too sick to
Today,
leave
the
on their own.
Gazan Health
Damn.
Ministry announced there'd be no more convoys of ambulances out of Al-Shifa after the Israeli military arrested the hospital's director. While he's not been charged, the IDF has accused him of collaborating with Hamas.
They're trying to ruin this tunnel in order for us not to be able to enter.
After the Israeli military discovered several tunnels beneath the hospital complex, once used, they allege, as Hamas military headquarters.
Above us is a hospital. Above us, patient.
With no evidence. It continues to lie. NBC spreads their lie. Damn. Damn. This isn't evidence. This is not. They're showing pictures of the doctor. We're not actually seeing video footage of the doctor. MSNBC is talking to a photograph of another dude talking. We have no idea if that's actually the doctor or not. That's not good enough evidence. Then you have video footage given to us by the IDF of tunnels somewhere else with no connected video describing it. We're not seeing the hospital and then transition into the hospital. We're seeing tunnels anywhere else in Israel with propaganda footage from the IDF. We're not listening to the doctor. It's another dude talking on the phone of his face, of a picture. NBC is not. NBC continues to spread Israeli false propaganda. That's extremely dangerous. It had 9 million followers. That's sickening. That's disgusting. This is not evidence. This is preloaded footage from the IDFs. And again, they do it again. And this is just disgusting.
Tsunami strikes again. Who can escape the life and death catastrophe? Since the initial outbreak of COVID-19 at the end of 2019, the epidemic has undergone fluctuations and continues its spread. Despite CCP officials assigning different names to the virus over the past 3 years in an attempt to conceal the situation, the
right
plague has
now,
never truly ceased or departed.
JVN1
As we approach
is
the
the
conclusion
Omicron
of
variant.
2023, the
That's
epidemic has
the
once
VOC,
again
the
cast
variant
its
of
ominous
concern.
shadow over the Chinese mainland on a
So
significant
currently,
scale.
SARS
Outbreaks of
coronavirus
ailments
2,
such as
variant
mycoplasma pneumonia,
Omicron,
influenza,
sublineage,
syncytial virus, new coronavirus, and others have swept across the nation, overwhelming
JVN1
children's
has
hospitals with
an
reports of
accelerated growth
life-long and
rate.
tragic fatalities. Especially alarming conditions prevail in cities like
And it
Beijing,
went from
Tianjin, Shanghai, Dalian,
in the
Shenyang,
Northeast,
and others, where securing
like for
a
New York,
hospital
for example,
bed
New York
has
City, it
become
went
an
from
exceptionally challenging task.
in a 14-week
Amid the ongoing
span.
turmoil and unknown fears, many individuals appear to sense an
It
impending
jumped
disaster, but find
massively.
themselves perplexed. On November 26th, the Epoch Times released a special article titled "Pandemic Tsunami Strikes Again. Who can escape the life and death catastrophe?" The article extensively explores the trajectory the epidemic may follow, the root cause of the epidemic, and offers guidance on how individuals should seek good luck and avoid bad luck. Let's delve into the details. It's all covered in today's China Truths. Sharp rise in infections, yet CCP frantically conceals reality. The most significant difference in this wave of the epidemic, compared to the past 3 years, is the successive infection of not only adults and the elderly but also a significant number of children. Numerous cases of unidentified pneumonia, some progressing to white lung, have emerged, and a considerable number of children have reached a critical stage where lung washing is considered necessary, resulting in fatalities. Despite these alarming developments, the CCP is actively suppressing the true extent of the epidemic and concealing the facts. On November 21st, Wang Chuani, Deputy Director of the Beijing Center for Disease Control and Prevention
BA2.
and Chief Epidemiologist, revealed that
also
mycoplasma
JD1.
pneumoniae has been prevalent for nearly 3 months, and the pediatric outpatient department is currently under severe strain.
Damn.
Although the CCP
children's hospital's
officially
overwhelmed.
asserts that
That's
the
super
public
sad.
is suffering from mycoplasma pneumoniae, many children's tests for mycoplasma have returned negative. Consequently, there is widespread suspicion that terms like mycoplasma pneumonia, syncytial virus, and others are merely new aliases created by the CCP to mask the true nature of the epidemic. A pediatrician in a Beijing hospital, who contracted the virus, conveyed to a reporter from the Epoch Times, "There is no effective medication for this infection. I've tried all the drugs used to treat mycoplasma pneumonia, but none have been effective. Therefore,
BA
I doubt this is not
2.86.
mycoplasma pneumonia."
It jumped
As previously reported, on November 21st,
in about a
the
14-day
Global
span.
Infectious Disease Monitoring Network issued a warning,
Like a 14-day
revealing the
span.
widespread occurrence of unidentified pneumonia in mainland China.
It jumped to 15%.
The following day, the world...
Stop there. This is of the November 25th, the weighted and nowcast estimates in the United States for a 2-week period. This is the viral lineage among infections, and it shows the whole genome sequence, the enumerated lineages of the U.S. variants of concern, the lineages calculating above 1% over a 2-week period. BA 2.86, basically the SARS coronavirus 2 variant Omicron lineage BA 2.86 jumped to about 15%. In a 2-week period. It went from a massive jump because it went from like 4.8% and then in a 14-day period leapfrog to 15%. BA2 is going to be the strain this winter because it's 11/29 right now. December holiday, too many Americans, millions of Americans are going to start traveling, right? As the most deadliest mutation of the SARS virus originates. Essentially, every 3 months, the SARS virus keeps winning. And the best way I can describe to humans is, if the SARS virus continues to circulate, it will kill a lot of humans because humans are idiots. If the SARS virus, if its original host was bats shed their skin cells and their skin so rapidly that most diseases and bacteria die off with the bat. Now, it can circulate in their bloodstreams, but because they shed so many of their the replication speed and regeneration speed of bats, made it such a potent environment for this virus to exist, this coronavirus. So there were like 3 different theories that a bat that already had coronavirus, its blood somehow got infected with another animal like a penguin, and they were at a meat market. People bought the food, but the people who bought the food went to a restaurant, and once they're at the restaurant, they cooked the food, and then the original goes back to a family. There was like it's around September actually. It was like September time frame. They're estimating that a family became infected, and these 8 individuals in Wuhan, from that point forward, spread out kind of everywhere. It hit a hospital the hardest. They lost because they didn't know it was a pandemic, so they didn't have their masks on. So there were tons of nurses, tons of doctors, and just all of a sudden, it starts coughing. And then they lose everything. The first Wuhan hospital that was hit by the pandemic was just, essentially you could just say like wiped out. You know, the information that came out at that time 3 years ago was that, or the very little information that people were trying to sneak out, was that they lost their first wave of nurses and doctors. They lost their first wave of nurses and doctors, all wiped out. And they tried to bring in other nurses and doctors from other states and cities, and they were ill-equipped, and they started getting sick and becoming ill. Not necessarily dying, because it was like the virus like blossomed like a flower, killed like millions of Chinese people as it was spreading, and then they just couldn't react fast enough, and they were trying to slow everything down. And then October happened, the virus was just spreading. Like the blossom of the first virus, the good thing is that they kind of shut it down, but it was like super sad. So like the Chinese government was like, shut down Wuhan. So they tried to lock down a full city with like millions of people. It's like Chicago. It's like the pandemic happens in Wuhan, like Chicago. It's an epicenter, and they're trying to close down the city, and the virus is just blossoming. And as it's blossoming, it's just wiping out hundreds of thousands of people. Because the moment they got sick, there was no cure. We didn't have no vaccines or nothing. So all those Chinese people in Wuhan died. Children, kids, teenagers, adults, nurses, doctors, didn't matter. Firefighters, cops dying, and they tried to lock down the city. Millions of people fled, and the virus was just kind of leapfrogging. So it was killing off the elderly, the people, the bus drivers, the school teachers, and it kept leapfrogging. And as people were trying to get away, they were subtracting just a little bit trace of the virus. So imagine the first potent size of the virus, like spores, essentially. Think of it like that. They're just more powerful, more of them. But then as it started weakening its host, it couldn't keep leapfrogging. So the virus adapts. So the virus adapted to the fact that there was so many dense humans around each other that the virus calculated in itself, hey, to blossom, like massive kind of explosion with the virus. So then as you fletch it, as you cough, it's just like, because it understood the density of the population of the Chinese people. But then as people started to flee and we start wearing masks and start hunking down, the virus adapts and realizes that, hey, it's kind of like cousins and children. As the virus communicates and cross-communicates with itself, the cousins and children that kind of spread off from the same SARS virus, the virus started realizing that, hey, humans are starting to spread out and defend itself. So it kind of went into like a heavier hibernation. It realized, well, let's stay in our host and not try to replicate and then kill the host and keep going. The SARS virus realized, oh, it's not receiving signals from its brothers or cousins as it's mutating. So it kind of goes into a dormant state. People don't understand. And then every 3 months, it's kind of leapfrogging. And then as every 3 months it mutates into a more powerful version, it kind of like scopes out. The virus understands what's happening in the human host, starts scoping out the kind of layout, then it adapts, and then it realizes, okay, this is how many humans are around, this is how long I need to stay in the body, this is how much damage I need to do to the body as the host, and I'm going to spread again to eat. Essentially it's just like eating and moving. But it understands it can only eat so much, which is that's the host. That's the SARS virus. And its main form of contact is through the respiratory system. So severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS, because that's how it's like an entryway. You're either going to breathe it in through your nostrils or your mouth. Either or, there is a percentage possibility that it could be on a glass, but even then it should only be there for like, especially with the winter. Well, the winter would actually keep it dormant. It could be there like 3 days on the surface. Most people like don't understand. So we're cleaning down surfaces, wiping down surfaces, and you shouldn't stop doing that. Like you should already be cleaning your apartment. You should already be cleaning your house in general. Like when you're done like when you're done cooking, because there's a possibility of like chicken blood or duck blood or beef blood or pork blood. If you're done cooking, you should tidy up. You know, if you're done cooking in the kitchen, wash your hands. Wash your hands between everything you're doing. You know, dishes, wash your hands. Wash your hands before you do dishes. Wash your hands before you plate. Super easy trick that people keep forgetting. You take a ceramic plate, put it in the microwave, heat it up, and then put hot food onto a hot plate. Super easy kitchen trick. Cold food on a cold plate. Chill the plate really quick in the fridge. Take it out, put cold food on a cold plate, whatever. Or hot plate in the oven, hot plate in the microwave. Put hot food on a hot plate, you know, when you serve. But yeah, clean up your kitchen. Even if you're done cleaning up the kitchen, you should wash your dishes. Try to reduce the spread of the virus. But if people aren't wearing masks, like this right here, you know, the crazy part is humans are too stupid. So SARS virus, this version now, these versions have like complete immune capability and complete kind of evasion capability against our immune system. So the virus is so smart, so adaptive, that it started realizing like how it's dying. It realizes how its cousins and aunts and uncles, as they started mutating, as the SARS virus communicates with other viruses, it realizes, as it picks up all this information and data from humans, us the host, that it understood how it's dying. It understood exactly how it's being attacked, and then it would adapt and kind of feel, if it's flowing in this kind of nucleoid state, it's feeling kind of what's interacting with them, and it just kind of shuts itself off. Most viruses or bacteria or fungi are too kind of stupid. They're just going forward. They just eat and go forward. They eat and go forward. The SARS virus is so smart that it realizes what's interacting with it, and it's not always constantly trying to poke out false receptors. It'll kind of pull them back in and protect itself, kind of hide and disguise itself, or lay dormant for isolated time and mutate again. That's why we see this every 3 months, kind of leapfrog. It's like takes a hose, it'll stay dormant, and then it's really just gathering data, trying to connect with its other cousins, aunts, and uncles to gather all the data around itself to say, hey, how it should move, and then it's doing it again. And then it collects all that data, and it realizes, okay, I know how to attack now, which is the host, us, and then it adapts and it spreads again every 3 months. But right now, we have a variant that we just saw, Omicron BA 2.6, make a jump from 4.8% to 15%. That is an immense jump. That's a 10% jump. Most viruses, on average, if you just look at it, they move at about 3% on average. Usually about 3% on average in terms of growth. And even then, it's super minuscule. It's like 3.7 to 7.5, basically like, 3 point whatever percent. But this is a 10% jump. BA 2.86 went from, in the United States, in a super short amount of time, jumped in a 14-day period from 5% to 15%. It's a 10% jump of the entire U.S. population. In a 14-day period, this virus jumped and became 10% of its ancestry, its lineage of the total U.S. population. It is right now rapidly moving across the United States. It is blossoming. Like in Wuhan, like in Chicago, or New York. It's happening all across the United States. In a 14-day period right now, this virus just jumped. So it just blossomed. The virus, essentially like spores, like a fungi, just what it was doing was the past 3 months, it was just communicating, because no one was wearing masks. It's communicating with its cousins, aunts, and uncles, the other viruses around other human hosts in different states, and it's collecting all the data and staying dormant for 3 months. It does this every 3 months. It keeps mutating. It's like epidemiologists are fucking like stupid. Every 3 months, it keeps doing this. You can catch it. It's almost operating like a fungi too. You think about it as spores, how they want to replicate. But this is extremely dangerous because it has the appearance right now happening, because the latest data set we had was 11/25, about 4 days ago. Like, we are staring at a massive wave of the SARS virus as it's blossoming, as it's spreading across the United States at an extremely rapid pace, because people aren't wearing their mask and they're traveling for the holidays. So, best advice I can give, for posterity, for out into the internet, and maybe the 14 people that are watching basically understand that at this moment, over the next 14 days, it could get really bad. I mean, I hope that more people mask up. I hope more people clean down surfaces. I hope 99% of the population starts putting on masks right now. Because if another 14 days, if this virus just leaps 5%, or what, then all of a sudden it'll become, in a 30-day period, 20% of those that are infected in the United States, the whole United States. And this virus has a potential in a 30-day period to infect 20% of the entire U.S. population. Like that, for those that are estimated, to those that are infected, that growth rate is alarming. That fletched discharge, that propagation of the virus is alarming. Like alarm bells should be going off, like the CDC and the U.S. government. Should I was staring at? Nowcast. Overcome. Yeah, that's current, but not what's happening right now. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to share my screen. Here we go. So, right here. This is like old data. This is like, hey, cool. You can see the viral lineage, weighted estimate, weighted nowcast from back then to now. But this is kind of the only thing that matters. No offense to this data. This data is like cool beans, bro. This is like, alright, whatever. Because you see lineage pop up and then like die off. You see lineage, they kind of were stable and they die off. Yeah. This one, HV1 slowly growing. This is definitely a monster. HV1 is definitely a monster because it's just how it looks. It is like slow rolling. I mean, this is not good, but this is powerful. But so there's this thing where people talk about I think it's like climbing too high, like Icarus or whatever. So the virus kind of like grows too fast. It kind of messes up its own adaptation and then kind of falls off. That's what they're like. They think if it's a high peak really quick, it'll go down. But this is also like a holy shit, a Wuhan moment. This purple, this BA2 going from 4.8% to now 15%. So don't get me wrong, HV1 is slowly growing, but it went from 28 to 35 at a 7% growth, which is still huge. It's like slow rolling. 7% is still huge. That's why it's at the top. And then EG5 was already a presence. But EG5 probably just mutated incorrectly and started to fall off, which is good. It kind of held its position for a while across the whole United States, and then it kind of mutated the wrong direction, which is good, and then we adapted to it. And then Omicron BA286. They think percentage total in the United States, I think it's 8%, but this right here, yeah. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. But just people got to just, mask up. I have masks in the kitchen. I have any in the room. Oh wait, yeah, I do. These masks, they're decent. K95. K95s will kind of work. I think they're real bad though. You definitely want a better mask. Technically one. This is a... sorry about that. It's a 3M 6921. I forget what they call this one. But, oh, my bad. Yeah, with this mask, you essentially get clean air. It's the best way to describe it. Oh, it's a P100. There we go. Organic vapors of P100. Everything that I've seen, the P100's like technically what you want. I know it's big. People use it for spray painting, but the P100 is exactly what it should be. Now, could it be sexier? Sure, yeah. But the size of the filters do help. Yeah. Like a very Vader looking. Star Wars, maybe. You wouldn't want to paint it too, because then you wouldn't want extra paint anywhere on this. You can't just default. If you're trying to make this, this is just a strap for the back of the head. So it gives a good seal. And the reason you want this kind of soft plastic, it just forms around your jaw and the cheek and the nose proper. Oh. What? Mark. It's the cat. But yeah. Oh, let me pull back out of the... Because this is the... Oh, back to the person... Lurio Music? Maybe he was saying... Oh. Maybe Laura might have been. Let me see.
Health Organization openly demanded more information about the epidemic.
So Lurio Music, I think he took off, maybe.
This
but,
wave of the epidemic is exceptionally intense, and we strongly advise
to answer his question,
to stay vigilant and not underestimate the situation.
Yes, yeah. I mean, the date,
has a long-standing history of opacity, actively concealing the true extent of the epidemic.
November,
during the SARS
4 days ago, latest information. That's what he's saying. Latest information or latest news.
Leader John Zeman even issuing orders for the dismissal of local officials if SARS emerged in their areas, completely prohibiting the release of epidemic data. The epidemic eventually spread rapidly nationwide, throughout Southeast Asia, and globally, resulting in significant...
If it's spreading, I guess so, the reason we're covering it now is this is from November 27th. This is just like 2 days ago. To also answer Lurio Music, if he's still here, I'm not sure if he's still here. He was asking if this is the latest news. November 27th, 2 days ago. It's the earliest news you can get. So, pandemic with eyes strikes again. Wears the way out for the Chinese people. Super sad for the Chinese people because they need better masks. I mean, you definitely want, no offense, but you definitely want, at KN95, you don't want a simple cloth. Simple cloth will give you I would not risk it. I would just, basically, if you're wearing this cloth mask, you got 65-70% chance of succeeding. You have a 30% chance of failure because the holes around the side are not a perfect seal. Underneath, on the side, at the top, there's basically 65 to 70% chance it's going to block some particles. And then, because there's some gaps, there's 30% chance, 35% chance it's going to fail. So you definitely want a KN95. You just increase your percentage chance to kind of, not get infected with the SARS virus, these latest versions. Because if these latest versions continue to mutate every 3 months and develop as they do, you won't be able to detect it. That's probably my biggest fear and probably the biggest thing that current epidemiologists are even talking about, that the moment we lose the ability to even recognize the SARS virus, it's not going to be good. It could be basically moving invisible, because the current epidemiologists are probably looking at it the moment you start seeing the evasion types, hopefully it doesn't have the hopefully it doesn't have the escape properties. So hopefully mutation just has escape, doesn't have doesn't have evasion properties. Hopefully it just has evasion properties but not escape properties. Basically, escape properties the virus gets caught and then it knows how to get away from our immune system, versus it can completely evade and go invisible like a ghost. So if you can go invisible like a ghost, it'll interact enough to run into some B cells or T cells, white blood cells, pellets, and they'll kind of try to surround it. Oh, I don't know if the cat took off or she stayed. All right. I can hear her. Oh, there she is. What up, Mara? Mara, you best not have fleas. She just did the whole... She's pawing her face. Girl. Mara. She better have fleas. She just goes outside a lot. Maybe she does. Oh no. Is she in my room doing this? It's funny.
Damage. The true numbers of infections and deaths in China were consistently concealed by the
Lowest estimates. It's like 24 to 37 million. I believe like 24 million Chinese have died on like the low estimate. The high estimate's above 30 million.
CCP authorities.
Because another whistleblower in like a high-end medical doctor in China was basically trying to get this information out so hard. He was like, they were losing like 10 million people a year. So the pandemic is 3 years. Doctor's like, hey, we lost 10 million people for like the first years of the pandemic, which would be 30 million. But even then, kind of the lowest we've seen from some UK research firms, basically saying, hey, we think it's 23 or 24 million people in China died. And the Chinese government is essentially hiding that info, the total death, because they fear that if they tell the public the total Chinese, persons that have passed away, that Chinese people might just revolt, seeing all their loved ones die, or hearing about the news that basically the government failed. Yeah.
At the end of 2019, following the outbreak of the CCP...
It's so bad they got to have... Hopefully everyone's masked up. Like in China,
virus, the CCP employed similar cover-up tactics. Yeah. 8 whistleblowers, including Dr. Li Lian, were summoned and admonished. More informed medical personnel were collectively silenced by the CCP. To deceive the public, the CCP, on January 12, 2020, dispatched experts from Peking.
Yeah, the Chinese government in the first 3 months, like September, October, November, in 2019, they were trying to downplay the virus. They were trying to say that it's not airborne. Even once December passed in 2019, and I saw the news that this was happening, I was in my university, and I was talking to my friends, and it's 2019 in the university, and I was just like, so we're going on to winter break, and I just told my friends, hey, stock up on food, and get a mask, because it's not good. Come January, the middle of January,
University,
we saw Trump's failed response,
including Wang Guangfa, to claim on television that the epidemic was under control. Wang Guangfa fell ill with the virus 4 days later. Despite the looming threat of the epidemic, Wuhan authorities even recklessly organized a 10,000 family banquet event. When the epidemic became impossible to conceal, the CCP reluctantly sent out trusted expert Zhou Nanshan to confirm human-to-human transmission and infections among medical workers. Subsequently, the CCP hastily announced the lockdown of Wuhan but allowed the virus to spread overseas. The epidemic raged globally, causing immeasurable loss to life and property. At the end of 2022,
trillions of dollars
extreme zero COVID approach,
lost.
The CCP
Hundreds of billions for other countries.
Unexpectedly lifted restrictions without warning, allowing people to live with the virus. This triggered a nationwide epidemic tsunami. According to a report from a Peking University research team in
so many people died that they were the only individuals that had access to safes, safe codes, bank account codes, certain trusts and all that. So many people died that all the information was in their heads, but it wasn't passed down
early 2023,
yes.
At least 900 million people were infected. Hospitals in major cities
900
across
million
the country
people
were
infected?
Overwhelmed, with long queues outside
probably in the whole
crematoriums
world,
and disturbing scenes of multiple bodies in a single furnace, public cremations, storing bodies in seafood freezers.
But if 900 million people became infected, that makes sense that they lost 30 million. If 900 million Chinese people get infected, just by the numbers, losing 30 million
scale expansion of funeral
is
facilities.
horrible, but
In
just,
rural areas,
jeez.
there were distressing scenes of multiple households in the same village holding funerals on the same day. In fact, the CCP is not only concerned about the outside world learning about the severity of the epidemic, but also about people understanding the cause of the epidemic, as well as the origin and purpose of the plague.
The Chinese government, their biggest cover-up is hiding the total deaths of how many Chinese have died. But like I said, we have to use UK research firm or whistleblowers inside trying to get the information
Traditional
out.
culture. 2. Origin and purpose of the plague, a traditional and historical review.
Look, every 100 years in human history, literally every 100 years in human history, a pandemic pops up because humans are dumb.
We have observed that the coronavirus is essentially a large-scale plague, yet the CCP adamantly avoids using the term plague. Instead,
downplaying the
it opts
virus.
for terms like coronavirus,
CCP government, the current Chinese government, downplaying the virus,
and various other names to refer to it. This is to eliminate. In addition to subjecting Falun Gong practitioners to... According to historical records, the Black Death took away a significant number of morally corrupt clergy, and the infection among the general population exhibited clear selectivity. Some individuals would die after brief contact with the infected, while others in close contact...
It's a pandemic.
...remained entirely uninfected. Therefore, during that time, the Church described the Black Death as the whip of God.
Well, the people that lived just had good immune systems, but they didn't understand that. It was so far back in time that people just that had good immune systems were going to live. Basically, individuals that had poor immune systems were going to die. How do you know they have poor immune systems? Well, they're not here anymore.
2 point for the global spread of the coronavirus. In the more than 70 years since the CCP usurped power, it has waged war against heaven and earth, disrespected gods and Buddhas, and caused the deaths of more than 80 million Chinese people. In 1999, the CCP initiated a brutal persecution of tens of millions of Falun Gong practitioners, implementing a genocidal policy that included damaging their reputations, severing their financial resources, and physically annihilating them. Additionally, a policy was promoted where beating to death is counted as suicide. This persecution has persisted for 24 years. In addition to subjecting Falun Gong practitioners to over 100 forms of torture, the CCP has been involved in the large-scale live organ harvesting from practitioners, committing unprecedented crimes on this planet. The extensive apparatus of the CCP's public security, judiciary, and the 610 office, along with a significant portion of the Chinese populace poisoned by the CCP's propaganda, have been complicit in this unparalleled persecution. Simultaneously, the CCP, using economic interests as a lure and lies as a lubricant, has deceived and misled the world. Many governments and businesses in various countries have either echoed the CCP's crimes or collaborated with it, while others have maintained silence in the face of these heinous acts. Furthermore, large segments of the population have deviated from universal values, prioritizing personal gain over righteousness, lacking integrity, being indifferent, selfish, hypocritical, engaging in unrestrained behavior, and moral decay. As a result, the coronavirus erupted and spread globally. Statistical analysis of global pandemic data in 2020 reveals a traceable pattern in the path of the epidemic worldwide. It consistently spreads along countries, cities, organizations, and individuals closely linked to the CCP. The closer the relationship with the CCP, the more severe the epidemic. The Belt and Road Initiative has become the epidemic Belt and Road. As the saying goes, shared karma inevitably brings shared sins, and disasters do not befall the innocent. In early 2020, shortly after the outbreak of the pandemic, Master Li Hongzhi, the founder of Falun Dafa, compassionately explained in the article Stay Rational. But a pandemic like the current Chinese communist virus, or Wuhan virus, comes with a purpose behind it, and it has targets. It is here to weed out members of the party and those who have sided with it. The coronavirus pandemic, extremely tragic and claims a massive number of lives. So, just how many lives did this unprecedented coronavirus pandemic claim? Before exploring this question, let's first revisit the Great Famine from 1959 to 1962. During the Great Leap Forward, the CCP triggered a nationwide famine, resulting in the deaths of at least 30 to 40 million people due to man-made disasters. Yang Jisheng, a former senior journalist for Xinhua News Agency, dedicated nearly 20 years to compiling Tombstone, The Great Chinese Famine, 1958 to 1962.
Hey everyone, this is John Moran. Today we're going to be talking about demand gen campaigns and why they might look like they're doing better than they actually are.
According to Yang's research, approximately 36 million people died from starvation across the country. Chen Yitzi, a former advisor to Zhao Ziyang and the director of the China Economic System Reform Research Institute, stated that the institute's secret report, based on internal CCP documents, concluded that the death toll was between 43 to 46 million. The deaths during the 3-year famine accounted for 6% to 7% of China's total population at that time.
Jeez.
However, due to the CCP's vigorous cover-up, many people were only aware of the situation in their local areas, villages, towns, or provinces, remaining oblivious to the staggering truth on a national scale. Even today, under the influence of the CCP's propaganda, many individuals inside China may find it challenging to believe that so many people died from starvation during that time. In reality, the coronavirus has claimed a massive number of lives over the past few years. However, due to the CCP's extensive lies, estimating the true extent of the casualties is challenging for the outside world. On January 16, 2023, Master Li Hongzhi, the founder of Falun Dafa, disclosed that the CCP had been covering up the epidemic for over 3 years, and the death toll in China had reached 400 million. Just a day after the Epoch Times reported the true numbers of the epidemic deaths, on January 17, the National Bureau of Statistics of the CCP unusually announced that China's population had decreased for the first time since 1961. Yet, the CCP authorities, neither daring to admit nor refute the truth of 3 years of epidemic deaths amounting to 400 million, unusually maintained silence. Master Li Hongzhi's revelation shook and shocked people, with many rational individuals realizing the truth after careful consideration. However, some people are perplexed by this number. For those feeling confused, they may refer to the article 3 years, for million deaths, why not easily perceived. On August 28th of this year, the Epoch Times published a special report in which Master Li Hongzhi once again emphasized that the primary target of the coronavirus pandemic is the Chinese Communist Party, along with those who blindly follow, defend, and work for the CCP. Many people, including numerous young individuals, have died as a result. The secret revealed by Master Li is being fulfilled step by step. As we've reported previously, in the months of July and August this year alone, there was a notable surge in the deaths of young police officers and judicial officials on the mainland. Simultaneously, a considerable number of high-ranking officials and professors also succumbed to the pandemic. As the saying goes, enlightenment often arises from confusion. Many of those who passed away at the end of 2022 were elderly members and high-ranking officials of the CCP. This may be viewed as an opportunity for those still under delusion. Currently, the epidemic is claiming the lives of CCP members and pro-CCP individuals indiscriminately, regardless of age. Many young people and children are also falling victim to the pandemic. Could it be time for the divine to settle accounts with the CCP? Some may question how even innocent children are held accountable. The truth is that the CCP has been intensifying its indoctrination of children, instilling the values of the party, wolf warrior thinking, and the philosophy of struggle. Following the persecution of Falun Gong, derogatory remarks about the practice found their way into certain elementary school textbooks. Since 2019, the CCP authorities have accelerated their ideological shift, actively promoting the so-called Xi Jinping thought through the propaganda system controlled by Wang Huning. Many schools have incorporated content such as Xi's quotations into their curriculum, forcibly shaping the minds of students. Consequently, many children have been influenced, carrying a significant amount of CCP indoctrination, making them equally susceptible in the face of the coronavirus pandemic. The targeted spread of the coronavirus has already showcased the current celestial phenomena and divine. For those who simply sympathize, responds to the discovery in 2002 of these quotations.
I don't know about that. I don't think the virus is not divine. It's
forcibly shaping the minds of students. Consequently, many children have been influenced, carrying a significant amount of CCP indoctrination, making them equally susceptible in the face of the coronavirus pandemic. The targeted spread of the coronavirus has already showcased the current celestial phenomena and divine intentions. The heavens are eradicating the CCP. This directly corresponds to the discovery in 2002 of the hidden character stone in Jianbu Township, Pingtang County, Guizhou Province.
The horrifying condition of this man started as common toenail fungus. That kind of toenail fungus that starts as a yellow discoloration on the side of the nail. Over 40 million people suffer with this stubborn condition.
On the fractured surface of a
fun
stone that crumbled 500 years ago, 6 large characters emerged. The Chinese Communist...
Oh, if you have fungus on your feet, use hydrogen peroxide? Like, come on, people.
Party perishes. Looking ahead, it is foreseeable that individuals of any age, affiliated with the CCP, Youth League, or Young Pioneers, or those who simply sympathize or lean toward the CCP in their thoughts, with physical and ideological ties to the CCP, standing in support of the CCP, are in significant jeopardy. The emergence of the pandemic conceals redemption and opportunities throughout history. The onset of pandemics not only underscores the majesty of the divine but also embodies the compassion of gods and Buddhas. On one hand, the occurrence of a pandemic signifies the divine's retribution for evil. On the other hand, it provides an opportunity for people to awaken. If it were another form of calamity, many individuals might be swiftly eliminated, forfeiting the chance for redemption. However, whether one can awaken during a prolonged pandemic hinges on whether people value the opportunity. 4. Repeated tragedies in ancient Rome's plagues. In the year 65 AD, a plague erupted in the city of ancient Rome, claiming over 30,000 lives and serving as a prelude to a major epidemic. 3 years later, Nero, the instigator of the persecution against Christians, took his own life while on the run.
What are we talking about? Christian theology stuff. What?
5 AD, the Antonine Plague, recognized as the first major epidemic in ancient Rome, broke out, causing horrifying devastation and resulting in the deaths of 1 million people. In the year 161 AD, Antonius ascended to power in ancient Rome and initiated a nationwide campaign against Christians. Consequently, in 166 AD, a more extensive epidemic struck, claiming over 5 million lives, including Antonius's own, known as the Antonine Plague. However, the persecution did not cease. In the year 250 AD, the third major
basically like 80 years
epidemic
later,
struck ancient Rome on a larger scale, known as the Cyprian Plague, claiming the lives of 25 million people. The persecution persisted. In the years 541 to 542 AD, the fourth and largest plague descended upon ancient Rome, known as the Justinian Plague, resulting in the deaths of 30 to 50 million people.
Jesus Christ.
The repeated persecutions of Christians in ancient Rome were met with increasingly severe epidemics. Finally, in the year 680 AD, the surviving people woke up, beginning to condemn the authorities for their persecution of Christians and denouncing the moral decay of society. Roman citizens took to the streets, repenting devoutly before God. The people's awakening ultimately gained God's forgiveness, and from that point on...
I don't know about that.
Some chose silence in the face of injustice, while others actively supported the CCP's persecution, and a few were directly involved in it. Subsequently, the outbreak of SARS claimed the lives of many Chinese people. Despite a temporary lull in the epidemic, the CCP's Jiang Zemin faction displayed no introspection. Instead, they persisted in the persecution of Falun Gong, escalating efforts to forcibly harvest organs from practitioners. Many individuals, still influenced by the CCP's falsehoods, continued to hold animosity towards Falun Gong. Even after Jiang Zemin, the primary instigator, stepped down, successive leaders within the CCP failed to learn from the past, allowing the inhumane persecution to persist. In late 2019, the coronavirus emerged in Wuhan. Why did the pandemic originate in Wuhan? There lies a hidden secret. Before the comprehensive persecution, the Jiang Zemin faction covertly influenced Zhao Zhizhen, the director of Wuhan TV station, to produce a program defaming Falun Gong. This program was broadcast nationwide after the persecution began, fostering hatred. The abhorrent practice of organ harvesting originated at Tongji Hospital in Wuhan. So, did the virus also begin in Wuhan, serving as a divine reminder of its direct connection to the CCP's persecution of spiritual practices? For those skeptical or considering it a coincidence, reflect on January 23, 2020, the day Wuhan announced its lockdown and the coronavirus pandemic erupted. Coincidentally, this day marked the 19th anniversary of the CCP's fabricated Tiananmen Square self-immolation hoax aimed at framing Falun Gong. Isn't this reminder more direct and clear? Despite this, the current CCP leaders persist, enabling the continuation of the persecution. According to rough estimates from Minghui.org, the number of Falun Gong practitioners persecuted to death by the CCP has increased each year from 2020 to 2022. Even with the death of Jiang Zemin, the originator of the Falun Gong persecution, amidst the pandemic a year ago, the ruthless persecution persists. It's no wonder some people express, the greatest lesson in human history is that humans never accept any historical lessons. Compassion from the divine, where's the way out for the Chinese people? Falun Dafa, or also known as Falun Gong, is a profound spiritual practice. Despite the brutal persecution by the Chinese Communist Party, Falun Dafa has spread to over
pathogens detected in the body of a man from Heilongjiang. Beijing activates mobile cabin. Deflation or not? China races to avoid plunging in horror. 5 pathogens detected in the body of a man from Heilongjiang. Beijing activates mobile cabin. Deflation or not? China races to avoid plunging into a winter of economic despair. It's all covered in today's China Truths. Horror. 5 pathogens detected in the body of a platform on November 23rd using the usernames New Poison King and Master of 5 Poisons. He mentioned, the hospital can test for 8 viruses, and I am infected with 5. According to his test report, the 5 results included influenza virus type A, pneumonia chlamydia, respiratory syncytial virus, adenovirus, and Coxsackie virus B group. Influenza virus type A, pneumonia chlamydia, respiratory syncytial virus, adenovirus, and Coxsackie virus B group. These are all pathogens known to cause respiratory diseases. The video has garnered significant attention from netizens. Many people have commented, sharing their own or others' cases. For instance, I saw one at the end of last month, a teacher with COVID-19, chlamydia, mycoplasma, and hand-foot-mouth, all transmitted by students. On the internet, many people are also sharing various peculiar symptoms. On November 26th, in Wenzhou, Zhejiang Province, a little girl experienced a sudden collapse and convulsions attributed to a high fever. Fortunately, the incident took place while the girl was at the hospital, and the nearby doctors promptly provided assistance to her. Dr. Jiang Chunming, the head of the pediatrics department at the First People's Hospital of Hangzhou, disclosed that in a recent case, he treated a 3-year-old girl with a prolonged high fever that showed no signs of improvement. Upon examination, it was discovered that the girl was simultaneously infected with 5 different pathogens: respiratory syncytial virus, rhinovirus, adenovirus, mycoplasma pneumoniae, and influenza haemophilus bacillus. This combination of 5 virus infections is considered a complex and relatively rare case of mixed infection.
Typically, children are more commonly infected with a single pathogen. While there is a lower probability, some children may be infected with 2 or even multiple pathogens in a superimposed manner. However, in cases of mixed infection with multiple pathogens, the severity of the condition is often heightened. The current widespread outbreak of the epidemic has placed a heavy burden on medical systems in
Yeah,
various
children that are under
locations,
10, their immune
including
systems aren't
Beijing,
developed.
Tianjin, and
So
Liaoning. Many doctors
there's
and
more than one
nurses have
pathogen
expressed the
spreading.
sentiment that they feel as
It'll
if they
gain a
have returned to
foothold
the
on the
time
children that
when
are 10 or
pandemic
under
control
because
measures
they
were
just
initially eased.
immune system is just not in place.
Particularly
So on average, once they're
Beijing,
about 10 years
the
old
capital
or
of the
older,
best medical
you know,
and health
8,
conditions,
9 years
has
old,
ironically
the immune system
become the
starts to
epicenter
strengthen.
in
Then 10 years
severely
old, it's kind of
infected
there.
areas of the
11, they
outbreak.
should be kind of good. 12, the immune system
In
should
an
be
effort
intact.
to relieve the pressure on these hospitals,
But it can
China
wane up and
University
down.
Women and Children's Hospital launched a mobile cabin on November 22nd as a temporary infusion
It's
hall.
horrible news, sad news.
Rumors circulating online
Incredibly sad
suggest
news.
that a significant number of those
No
infected,
parent wants to see
including
that or hear
children,
that.
are experiencing white lung,
Those
and there
parents
have
are
been
suffering
numerous
because their children are
fatalities.
suffering.
However, the Chinese Communist Party continues to make efforts to conceal the extent of the situation. Deflation or not? China races to avoid plunging into a winter of economic
Deflation,
despair.
or China could
The
go into a
National
deflation
Bureau of
because
Statistics of China
too
released the Consumer
much of
Price
their
Index,
economy is tied up in
CPI,
real
for
estate.
October on November 9th,
As
which
real
fell
estate collapse, it's just like a
0.02%
rolling
year-on-year, marking another decline
snowball.
since
Gets
July.
bigger and bigger and bigger.
From this data, the author named Black Noise analyzes the deflation problem and the threat to China's economy. Deflation or not? What is deflation?
Deflation is when
It refers
goods
to a
start losing their
decline in
value.
the overall price level of a country, that is, a general decline in prices, which
Yeah.
is also accompanied by economic recession, insufficient consumer demand, and increased unemployment. According to the mainstream view, the standard for determining deflation is actually simple.
10 years ago, we started Untuck It out of my apartment, and today we have more than 80 stores worldwide. We didn't.
Economists generally believe that when the Consumer Price Index, CPI, continues to fall, it indicates deflation. According to this standard, China's economy has already deflated. This is a single-factor deflation criterion. There is also an all-factor judgment standard. Deflation does not only lead
There's also
to a
nothing wrong
drop
with
in
that
prices,
because
it is
eventually
also accompanied by a
it doesn't
reduction in the
deflate and
quantity
destroy
of
everything. It
money,
just
a drop in the velocity
deflates
of
and
money
then
circulation,
finds a
and
new
an
average, and
economic
everything kind of
recession.
settles out over time.
According to this standard, China can also be considered to have entered a pre-deflation state. However, due to its huge size, the Chinese economy is indeed an extremely complex system. In addition, the Chinese government has a strong power to intervene in the economy, and economic theory is generally aimed at a pure market economic environment, so it may not be advisable to apply the concept of deflation rigidly. So far, no country in the world has successfully defeated deflation. They have all suffered...
Except for the U.S., I believe our the inflation is back to pre-pandemic levels.
terribly
The U.S. economy is
deflation.
doing well.
The most typical examples of deflation are the United
Unemployment is down. It's like a 50-year low for the United States, even with the increased population size. Oh, it's cold again. Let's arm's still sore.